Well, on the final day of 2009, we want to take a look back at the year in energy and climate on Capitol Hill. It was an historic and some would say controversial year for climate change legislation. Plans to cut emissions and put a price on carbon made its biggest advance ever. The House passed legislation, but progress stalled in the Senate as the president headed to Copenhagen in December to hammer out that side agreement that still needs U.S. congressional support. Clean Skies' Dan Goldstein takes a look back at 2009 and ahead to an all-important election year.
It began with a call from President Obama for action on energy and the environment, and for change.
We will harness the sun and the winds and the soil to fuel our cars and run our factories.
After the elections, Democrats had the majority and the momentum. Plans for climate change legislation got a boost after liberals dethroned John Dingell of Michigan, a defender of the auto industry, and installed Henry Waxman of California to chair the House Energy Committee. Waxman, together with longtime ally Ed Markey, put together the ACES Act, or Cap and Trade. The cap. Carbon emissions would be 17% lower than 2005 levels by 2020. The trade. Companies would have to buy and sell allowances for the right to pollute. It would send much of that money back to consumers as rebates and boosting energy efficiency by states.
This legislation is moving so fast that it has defied all political expectations. The experts are catching up with the people of our country. We are going to create a green energy revolution, not only for our country, but for the entire world.
Republicans, with numbers thinned by back-to-back election defeats, said Democrats were ramming a massive 2,000-page bill through. And with less than a week of hearings, Coal State lawmakers saw a target on their backs.
This bill was rushed to the floor because the American people were not given a chance to review it.
It's impossible. I can't imagine anybody's read this.
This bill will result in jobs leaving the Midwest, and jobs leaving America, and going to other countries.
But Democrats had a popular president to twist arms, so they pressed ahead. The ACES Act, they said,
delivers on the change that President Obama has called for in our energy policy.
And would mean energy independence and national security.
For millions of young Americans who we hope never to see another die on a foreign battlefield trying to get oil from some other place in the world.
In the end, Democrats, despite more than 40 members defecting, got 8 votes from the GOP to put Waxman Markey over the top, 218 to 212. But the road got tougher and the rhetoric got sharper when Cap and Trade reached the Senate.
Climate change could become a threat multiplier, a lit match on the kindling of an already dangerous world.
When it came to markup, Senate Republicans staged a boycott of the Kerry Boxer bill. Slow down, do more analysis, they said.
And I'm asking, Madam Chairman, I'm asking this committee, give us some time, get the information that we need, and let's really work together on a bipartisan basis to get this done.
Environment Committee Chairman Barbara Boxer said no. The EPA had done enough number crunching, she said. We got a party line vote of Democrats and independents. With the conclusion certain, the GOP didn't even show up to vote.
We did it. We did it in accordance with the rules. We did it with dignity. We did it with passion and commitment. And I look forward to working with all of you as we move this forward in the United States Senate. And with that, we stand adjourned. My deepest thanks.
But there was no vote on the Senate floor before climate talks in Copenhagen, as healthcare issues dominated. And stolen emails that appeared to show climate scientists fudging global warming data gave Capitol Hill skeptics new ammunition, just as a long-awaited EPA rulemaking gave the administration a way around Congress. The White House could regulate carbon under the Clean Air Act.
This year, 2009, the United States government is saying once and for all that we are in the clean energy and climate arena, that with respect to climate pollution, we will act.
And that could put some Senate Democrats and Republicans in a tough spot in an election year, either voting for a flawed cap and trade bill or giving the EPA more control over energy and the economy. For Clean Skies News, I'm Dan Goldstein.